Well, hello there. This is Virtuals the Chess Noob, learning and having fun with chess. Welcome to another episode of Quick Wins, and don't miss out on your copy, 50+2 Chess Quick Wins, tactical ideas for exciting chess for beginner players. This book is based on this series, and today's game, I have another game from my good mate Ben Hunt of the Chess Bootcamp channel. You should go subscribe to his channel. Now, Ben, just like me, is a big fan of the F-pawn attacks, often in gambits, most famously in the Vienna Gambit. In the when playing black, which he had in this game, it will be an F5 attack. And just as a bit of a quick peek, there are actually 99 named chess openings that's defined by F4 or F5. I'm going to make a video on that, in the coming days or week, and Ben and I are possibly going to do a collaboration around that as well. But let's have a look at what he did in this game, because it was a very, very delicious, very deadly F5 gambit. Now, at the black pieces, and white led with the Italian. So e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop to c4, and immediate f5. And this is a very tricky line, the Russo gambit. Now, white in this position avoids the temptation of taking that gambited pawn and just develops in a very solid way, d6. And my mate decides, yep, I'm going to just develop the bishop. And this actually now transposes into another named f5 gambit. So you can imagine if black played the bishop first, then it would be the Gioco Pianissimo line, and then bang, f5. This is the Lucchini gambit. Now in this position, it's a game of blitz. White decides to get a bit aggressive. They play knight to g5, the knight attack, potentially double up on the f7 square. Of course, the pawn has already moved, beginning of something that looks a bit like the fried liver attack. And here, a very calm and collected f4. So what's that about? Looks a little bit misplaced, doesn't it? Now this is actually another named position. This is the Dubois variation of the Lucchini. And in this position, it is a mistake to continue with the fried liver attack. But white pushes on. It's an inaccuracy. In fact, it goes all the way back to 0-0-0, maybe even at high depth advantaging black. Stockfish doesn't recognize how bad it is for black in this position, because now we have Queen H4. And suddenly, everything has gone the other way. White was trying to do an attack on black's king side, but now black has a true mating threat on white. Queen, bishop, immediate mating threat. And now suddenly we see the reason for f4, the f pawn on f4, because it looks like that doesn't work. Now, for white, g3 is actually their best move, but instead they play a short castle. Seems to make a lot of sense, puts an extra defender on that f-pawn, but note that f-pawn is now pinned. It was kind of pinned the other way before, but pinned by the queen. It's still pinned. Now all black needs to do is to bring another attacker. Knight to f6. The idea, jump here, pressure on the h2 and f2 squares. White pushes the g-pawn, thinking there's an attack. That's a blunder. At high depth, there's actually a forced mate in 16. Black captures, and white here opts to resign. And the reason for that is they can't take back this way. Remember, it's pinned. Pretty much they have to take back this way. Queen now jumps forward, and now white has a serious problem. Because that doesn't really matter, whatever they do, they can't really defend against that square. The knight, let's say they make, some sort of move like that. Knight jumps forward, and pretty much the only way white can now avoid immediate checkmate is to sacrifice their queen for the knight. In whatever line that will need to take place, white saw that. Good game. GG.